There is little dignity when you're suddenly homeless in your own country. They've had to walk to safety, a dangerous journey on foot. Many left their neighborhoods in southwestern Mosul under the cover of darkness. They're now being bused to camps, and they don't know what to expect when they get there. Men are separated from the women before being questioned. Strict security checks are imposed here for fear that ISIL will infiltrate the arrivals. We meet Nadine in a camp east of Mosul. She's just arrived and is distraught. I need my children, she tells us. She says her two sons are still being screened by Iraqi forces in Hammam al-Alil. They are 17 and 16 years old, and she says they're not linked to ISIL. I asked her what life was like living under ISIL rule. That's the life, she says. That's the life under ISIL. And now she's worried sick, not knowing what is happening to her teenage sons. Hers is just one story of thousands that are emerging from Mosul every day.
There were a lot of airstrikes. We left Mosul for the sake of our children. We spent almost 3 days with no rest and no sleep.
One of the main challenges aid agencies are telling us is where to put all these people that are fleeing western Mosul. We are currently in a camp east of Mosul. This was set up last October, and people are now arriving. At least 2,000 people have arrived here over the last 24 hours. You can see they're still getting their emergency packs distributed, but this is a challenge going forward, where to put all the people that are still expected to arrive.
These new arrivals all tell us how terrified they were during the fighting, with many referring to the intensity of coalition airstrikes. Some say ISIL snipers targeted them as they tried to escape. A terrifying ordeal. One woman says she spent 12 days without leaving the house, and they ran out of food while fighting continued. More than 200,000 Iraqis have fled the city since the government offensive to regain control of eastern Mosul began last October. The fight now for the western part of the city is said to be even more intense. The UN estimates an average of 4,000 people are escaping the battleground every day, and that's the highest rate so far. And yet the battle has not yet reached the more heavily populated parts of the city. Stephanie Decker, Al Jazeera, Khazir, east of Mosul.